So I have 5 more for now waivers whenever you all are ready to come up. It'll go away.
There we go. Okay. Chairman Henry, committee members, thank you. I've sat here before. 2 years ago, my son is too medically fragile to bring with me. Half an hour to a doctor's appointment puts him in hypothermia. So I wanted to bring pictures of him. My name is Kodi Wilson. I am from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm here to explain to you just how important an enhanced rate is needed for waiver services. I'm the mother of this medically complex, medically fragile and technology dependent child, Miracle Boy. He's going to turn 12 this month. Braden's list of diagnoses includes Lee's disease, a mitochondrial disorder that robs his body of doing anything a normal boy can do: sit, stand, walk, talk, eat on his own. He has a feeding tube and lives on a ventilator 24 hours a day, as well as 6 other machines. His oxygen levels have to be monitored 24 hours a day because he can't clear his own secretions from his airway. Clearing his airway is what prevents him from literally drowning on his own secretions. And this life-saving procedure is performed at all hours of the day to save his life. Because Braden is nonverbal, he also can't tell us when something hurts. So we monitor his heart rate 24/7. So when we know he's in pain, we have to play detective and figure out why. We use a nebulizer to administer medications. We use a heated humidifier to provide humidification to his respiratory system, and that also helps maintain his body temperature, which he also cannot do. Daily, we must do trach care, oral care, cleaning with specialized equipment. He requires hourly positional changes to address his moderate scoliosis, and I'm monitoring a list of growing bone protrusions that can quickly escalate into life-threatening bed sores. Several times a week, he requires catheterization to evacuate his bladder. We lovingly refer to our son as a pillow angel, as it most accurately describes his inability to move or speak or care for himself. All of these things must be done by in-home nurses and personal care attendants and us as his parents. It is exhausting. I'm up sometimes 14 times a night. I don't know how long it takes you to fall back asleep, but it takes me 20 minutes every time I'm up. The list of medical care procedures I listed above is long, and it requires skilled care. However, the state nor insurance provides skilled care nursing around the clock, so we supplement his care with the addition of personal care attendants. The elephant in the room, with all of his paid care, and I hope that LDH is listening and understands, is that the revolving door that exists for both his nursing staff and his personal care team. Constantly training new people does not, I repeat, does not give parents the respite care these waivers are intended to provide, nor does it give Braden the quality of care he deserves. What kind of care do you suppose a person qualified for nothing more than a retail job or a shift at McDonald's can provide for him? The rates at which we can pay someone through self-direction make it nearly impossible to slow down this revolving door. The training never stops, quality workers are never found or maintained, and respite for the family is never achieved. We have been getting services for almost 9 years, and in 9 years of paid care, I can only think of a 5-month period where we actually had respite and did not have someone change staff. Ironically, if we were to send our son to an institution, that institution would receive the enhanced rate for all of his needs. What sort of message are we sending to families by doing this? He may receive quality care in an institution, but what he would not receive is me getting to love on him like a mother wants to. Additionally, he requires socialization, which he does get, between staff and homebound nurses and therapists. His numbers are actually at their best when he interacts with more than his family. But do you see the picture of this little girl? His little sister is the only voice he will wake up and respond to and open his eyes to. That's another daily interaction he can only get at home. I'm emotional today because by the grace of God, I shouldn't be here. I almost died this summer. Years of sleep deprivation have led to a serious health incident. I had 8 surgeries and 3 surgeons to save my life. My family almost lost its primary caregiver due to lack of respite and rest. The NIH recognizes that cumulative long-term effects of sleep loss have been associated with a wide range of health consequences, including, I'm going to go through them fast just so you understand: hypertension, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, impaired glucose tolerance, depression, heart attack, stroke, clinically significant impairment on social, occupational, or other important areas of functioning, other disorders like anxiety, alcohol use, sleep apnea, and all of its related health risks, insomnia, psychiatric disorders, the manifestation of epilepsy, and lastly, REM, sleep behavior disorder, which is frequently an early sign of neurodegeneration, Parkinson's, and multiple system atrophy being the most prevalent. My husband and I both work 2 jobs to make ends meet, to keep things going, to keep our insurance. Without an enhanced rate, families like mine are missing out on qualified support to help us care for our loved ones at home. And unfortunately, many families have had to make the difficult decision to seek residential placement for their child. We too were on the brink of this decision, and it means he would leave the state. It's time to prioritize Louisiana families, and I'm asking you to please appropriate the $2.66 million in state general funds needed for an enhanced waiver rate for those with complex medical needs. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.